Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Tuesday, September 18th, 2018. The top story this evening, the Kavanaugh vote for him to become a member of the Supreme Court, which was set for this Thursday, September 20th, has officially been canceled. Also for September 20th, the presidential alert was canceled. And we're going to talk about how these two things are related. Two canceled events connected to Donald Trump, both canceled on the same day, September 20th, and both being rescheduled. Before we get there, I want to come back to why the Kavanaugh vote has been canceled. It is because of this accusation of sexual abuse from decades ago by a woman named Christine Blasey Ford. And in case you're new here, we talk about the language of Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, which comes from Kabbalah, which is important to Freemasonry. And if you're not aware, Freemasonry has its headquarters in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is named after the Freemason George Washington. There's even a statue in D.C. giving tribute to Kabbalah. Kabbalah has the core belief that God created the world by merging the letter with the number. Long story short, your government plays God over your life every day, lying to you by making riddles and words and dates in the calendar year. So, one of those riddles is this accuser of sexual assault, Christine Blasey Ford. Her name sums to 212. And the way this works is C is the third letter, H is the eighth, R is the 18th, so on. You just use the alphabetic order. That's the most simple cipher there is, the alphabetic order. Christine Blasey Ford, 212. Gerald Rudolph Ford Jr., that was President Ford who replaced Nixon. His name also sums to 212. And as I covered years ago and in my book, when Richard Nixon resigned, Richard Nixon was born January 9th. He resigned August 9th, 1974. When he resigned, it was exactly 212 days after his birthday, the same day he was replaced by Gerald Rudolph Ford Jr. And notice 212 in light of Kavanaugh's birthday. February 12th, 2/12. February 12th is the 43rd day of the year, and with the alphabetic order, the name Ford equals 43. This woman stepped forward and put out her name in the public September 16th, 18, this past Sunday. That was a date with 43 numerology, 9 plus 16 plus 18, 43. In case you're new here, there's 4 base ciphers. The alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, and then the alphabetic order flipped around, and the alphabetic order in reverse with numerology. It's very intuitive. It's very simple. A second grader could do it. The alphabetic order with numerology, Richard equals 43, as in Richard Nixon, who was replaced by Ford. If you flip the alphabetic order around, Masonic equals 43, so does wiretap. And recall, March 4th, 2017, shortly after Trump became president, March 4th can be written 4/3. He accused Obama of wiretapping the White House. Obama was number 44, but he was only the 43rd person to be president. That's because Grover Cleveland was number 22 and number 24, meaning the 25th president was the 24th person, the 26th president was the 25th person, so on, all the way up to Trump, number 45, but only the 44th person to be. So 43, this big riddle. Ford stepping forward on the date with 43 numerology, accusing Kavanaugh, born on the 43rd day of the year. You know, they've compared Trump to Richard Nixon throughout his presidency. Richard Nixon, of course, had a premature end, resigning. We're going to get to how the resignation connects to the upcoming date of September 20th, the date the vote for Kavanaugh to join the Supreme Court was canceled. By the way, Richard Nixon also sums to 74, so does Masonic, the year he resigned. If you want more of this information, go back and see the video I just did on Christine Blasey Ford, because there's a bit more. Something I called attention to earlier this year was this story from July 10th, the day after Trump nominated Kavanaugh. He was nominated July 9th, 9/7 like 97, Supreme equals 97. Gorsuch confirmed to the Supreme Court on the 97th day of the year, April 7th. Anyway, this headline really had me, going like, what? Kavanaugh was a scripted end to Trump reality show. I was looking at this and I was just saying, God, are they really putting in people's faces or what? I mean, it was already so obvious. The Apprentice, Donald Trump. Before he was president, I was telling everybody there was going to be all these "you're fireds" in the White House, and I mean, we've never had so many firings in the history of the White House. I don't know how people can't see through the obvious mockery. Donald Trump with his comb over versus the head of the FBI, James Comey. And when you know this code of numbers, you just see how it all rolls out, synced up with the birthdays, the days on the calendar. Just understand, everything that is done is a puppet show, as I've been proving nonstop since 2013. But I mean, my goodness, Kavanaugh was a scripted end to Trump reality show. July 10th. You know, I had to save that headline. That was a keeper. And don't forget, Trump also elected during the time of the hit TV show House of Cards about the presidency. Trump card. By the way, Francis Underwood has the same gematria as Donald Trump. Anyway, Francis Underwood's the president from House of Cards, in case you haven't seen it. So let's get to this cancellation today, September 18th, and how the vote was going to be September 20th, the same day as the presidential alert that was also canceled. So there's pieces here that are important. From February 12th to September 18th today, the date of the vote being canceled is 218 days from Kavanaugh's birthday. Now remember, the presidential tweet is supposed to go out at 2:18 p.m. And the thing is, the name Trump in Francis Bacon gematria, when his name is written in caps, sums to 218. And the reason I know that this absolutely is not arbitrary is because somebody who learned from me and who's applied this study themselves using their own independent and creative mind has been figuring out riddles for more than the past year surrounding Trump and the number 218. And he must have done at least 50 videos on it, if not more, long before this ever happened. So it just validates everything that he's been saying about how significant this number 218 is, what it has to do with time, what it has to do with Donald Trump. Check out the channel Zenith of the Alpha. You know, like Alpha and Omega, Zenith, like the old TV brand, Zenith of the Alpha. He has so many videos. He focuses on this number. Focus on it with Trump. And now all this time later, and I mean, he's been doing this for over a year, the 218 tweet. And then the cancellation 218 days after Kavanaugh's birthday. You see? And again, the tweet was supposed to be Thursday. His vote was supposed to be Thursday. Both canceled. The end of the Trump reality show. You see what they're doing here? Now hold on, there's more. September 20th, 18 was a date with 47 numerology. Now that would have been the perfect date to vote and confirm the judge, just like how Neil McGill Gorsuch was confirmed on April 7th, 4-7. 47 is a very special number to Freemasonry, in case you're new here. Their logo, the compass and the square, the compass is set at 47 degrees. Tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid about how to establish foundation. The word foundation in gematria equals 47. So does the word judge 47, the word gavel 47, time 47, DC 47. The name Trump equals 47. President 47, White House 47, government 47, authority 47, Republican 47, Democrat 47. So, 47, big boss number. The vote would have been 220 days after his birthday. This story is reflective of Donald Trump, who also has accusations of sexual abuse, kind of washed under the rug. You know, story that comes back and forth like the tide. Anyway, Donald John Trump, 220. The vote would have been on Kavanaugh's 220th day of his age, picked by Donald John Trump. It would have been 220 days after his birthday. If you count the full span of days, see how this measurement is but not including? You see how it says that? If you do the including, it adds one more day, because then you're counting the full span instead of just the amount of days after. So this is 220 days after, or on his 221st day of his age. And here's why 221 matters. First of all, Richard Nixon, the day he was booted out of office, that was the 221st day of the year. 221. The other reason it matters is because the Bavarian Illuminati equals 221, which is a real thing. It was established May 1st, 1776, just before the American Revolution. Consider the word Illuminati and Supreme Court share gematria of 150. Also, consider that May 1st, 1776, the date that the Bavarian Illuminati was established just before the American Revolution, was a date with 99 numerology. It was established with 13 families. When you write out 13, it sums to 99. When you write out the United States of America, it sums to 99. Think about the 13 colonies, the 13 stripes on the flag. Think about the 13 years of public school programming. From Trump's birthday to the date that the vote was supposed to happen would have been Trump's 99th day of his age. That's my girlfriend texting away. I always ask her, I say, can you give me a 15-minute warning before you need me? She's texting where are you right now? Where are you? There's never any warning. I have to go pick her up. So anyway, got to finish this up, but I got to get this video out. Anyway, 99th day. Are you following me? Today, September 18th, it's Trump's 97th day of his age. Supreme equals 97. 97. I want you to see that the word judge and gavel in the 4 base ciphers, alphabetic order, forwards and backwards, they're the same in every cipher, right? Trump has Gematria of 88 and 47 as well. Neil McGill Gorsuch, the one judge he confirmed, his name equals 88. But anyway, 97 is the 25th prime number. Something else to know. Judge and gavel both 25, Supreme 97. One sec. All right, so just a couple more notes here. September 18th, the day of the cancellation, it's the 261st day of the year. That's interesting because with the alphabetic order, the United States of America equals 261. And this whole story is symbolic of the nation. What's happening? The changing of power from a male-dominated government to one that might very well become female-dominated in the years ahead. Again, the Simpsons prophecy of the Trump presidency says he'll be followed by the first female president. We have Barack Obama on the campaign trail saying we need more women in office. And then just all these other narratives, all these men in high places having to resign, having to step down for sexual abuse. Notice September 18th also leaves 104 days left in the year. July 4th, 1776, date of establishment, date with 104 numerology. With regards to sexual assault, I want you to think about how Kavanaugh's 53 years old. The word womb equals 53. Vesica Piscis, which is the womb of the universe, from sacred geometry equals 53. The womb, also the uterus. Uterus equals 104. This story about his vote officially being canceled over this allegation of sexual abuse. Again, today, the day leaving 104 days left in the year, uterus 104, number symbolic of the nation, 10-4, message received. Down below this video, I'm going to link all these blog posts. Dianne Feinstein bringing the story forward was a riddle by the numbers. Came 83 days from her birthday. Brett Kavanaugh, 83. 6th, stepping up 9/6 to try and stop Kavanaugh. Booker, 96. You see how it works? September 6th. Everything about the Kavanaugh hearings by the numbers. Then beginning September 4th, Kavanaugh, 49 like Washington, 4/9. Brett Kavanaugh also 227, the 49th prime. The point is, just everything is a numeric ritual. Nominated July 9th. Nominated July 9th, 9/7. July 9th, also 47, like Judge. The hearings ended September 7th, 9/7. It's all a ritual. That's the point. All right, Trusick, I got to go pick up my unhappy girlfriend.